Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead of them and their companies. I'm your host, Olivia Salmons, and in each episode we'll uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, I'm very excited to be joined by Dr. Kim Thor, chiropractor, entrepreneur, author, and the founder of The Brave Practice, a platform dedicated to helping chiropractors build successful practices while staying aligned with their philosophy and values. With more than 15 years of experience in the profession and two successful cash-based chiropractic practices, Dr. Kim has become a respected voice in the chiropractic community, particularly in pediatric care. Through the Brave Practice, she mentors chiropractors to lead with authenticity, build thriving practices, and develop the courage to stand firmly in their beliefs and healthcare. Dr. Kim, welcome to Founders Future. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thanks for having me.
It's a pleasure to have you here, and I'm very much excited to dive in and learn a little bit more about your journey. So, Dr. Kim, with all of my guests, I do like to start at the beginning. So if you don't mind briefly taking me back to what it was you was doing before you started up the practice, and then from there, what was the motivation behind it?
Yeah, so I grew up the daughter of a chiropractor. So it was kind of like always ingrained, like that's what I should do. But I was a little bit of a rebel. I didn't want to do it because of being something that I should do. So I went to college at Creighton University here in Nebraska. They gave me a half-off scholarship because I was such a nerd. So you don't say no to that. And I took a marketing class my third year in college and realized that it was really cool to walk into a room with nothing but my hands and change the health of the world. It was like a powerful thing. And I wanted to be cool and I wanted to be a doctor. And then I went to chiropractic school, and it was really awesome. And then I got pregnant and I had twins in chiropractic school, and the twins only lived a half an hour, and I held them until their heartbeat stopped. And it kind of changed my whole perspective on everything, on life, and now years later I can talk about it no problem. But at first it was difficult. And I realized that being a chiropractor isn't it all about me. It's not about being cool. It's not about being a doctor. It's about making the world a healthier place with these limited amount of moments that I've given on the earth. And so every day, every phone call, every email like this, every opportunity that I'm given to come change the world, share my message. You never know how far reaching something you may think, say, or do is what one of the founders of chiropractic always says, and I take that to heart. So I really do feel like I've been given a divine assignment and I am on purpose every day to make the world a better place.
I think one thing, thank you so much for sharing that with me. And a second, what a beautiful perspective to come out of it. And as you say, just having the purpose to use your hands for such good must be such a fulfilling thing off the back of that. And obviously your dad might be a little bit proud that you eventually kind of took those steps into the family kind of zone of business, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, I want my kids to do it, but they're also rebels because they're my kids. So I don't hold my breath. But yeah, it's really cool. Yeah, I do feel like I enjoy the work that I do, especially now that I'm my own boss and everything. So yeah, it's totally good.
And then I know on the side of that as well, you have a coaching brand where you help other practitioners in the same kind of situation as you just to build their own practice and move on from there. Again, such a fulfilling space to be in, just helping other people that are in exactly the same position as you move forward and hopefully grow their lives in the businesses they want to have as well.
Yeah, like in a room with a patient, you affect a household, you affect enough patients, you affect a community, and it wasn't enough for me. So then I write a book and it's not enough. And then I coach other chiropractors and I just feel this passion of do more, but it's all working out, which is good. And so I'm planning an event in November for chiropractors. And sometimes I have a little imposter syndrome of, am I really doing this? Is it going to be good? And it's already successful and it's 8 months away. And so I need to just focus on the good. But if you don't dream big enough, you never really know what you're capable of. And so reading your notes coming into this, what's the biggest challenge? I think that was my biggest problem. I played small in the beginning. It's like, do I really believe that I could do these things? And if you don't believe you can, you can't. So with
Yeah.
time, I got the confidence, and one step at a time, I've just grown it. And now my voice is loud enough to actually do that kind of thing.
Beautiful. I love that. And I love that, as you say, that we're just going to keep going and you've kind of realized a little spot where you can drive into as well. So let's dive into that a little bit more. When it comes to obviously the brave practice, with regards to this, who would you say like is your ideal client? Like who do you very, very much love to work with the most, Kim? And then from there, how is it you help them? And how would you support them along their own journey?
Yeah, I like energetic chiropractors who know that the body doesn't need any help. It just needs a chiropractic adjustment and self care to be the healthiest. We need to shout it from the mountaintops that chiropractic is what it is. And a lot of chiropractors know that, but a lot of chiropractors have fear. So, my mission in it is to make bravery contagious in whatever it appears, whether it's your inability to stop taking insurance and go cash like I did, whether it's your inability to raise prices, your inability to tell a patient they need to be on a treatment plan, your inability to say, I don't take medicine. I don't go to the doctor. Here's what me and my children do not do. And they're healthy and smart. And so to allow a practitioner to have the tools to live in their truth so much that their posture and their confidence sell it is one thing. And then also to give them the communication, the tools that they need, to give that to the patient without overstepping. Because a lot of chiropractors are scared to lose patients. So I would say my target chiropractor is someone who's been in practice a minute. And if they ever have a feeling when they leave a situation of, oh, I should have said this, or I could have said more, or the regret that you have when you wake up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night sometimes, because it hits us like, I should have done that a little differently. That's a feeling, that's an innate gut thing that you need to not ignore. You just need the tools to do it better next time.
100%. And usually the chiropractors you help, if they already got their own practice, or it's more like they want to strain out and start their own and just go against the grain a little bit, as you say, just really make sure that they are aligning their practice with whatever they're doing within their life as well.
Yeah, they could go against the grain a little bit or give a middle finger to the man, is what I'd like to say. So
Love it.
that's how we
I was
do
being
that.
diplomatic. I'm
Yeah.
being
Good
diplomatic.
job, Olivia. Good job.
But yeah, moving into what you want to do, as you say, if you don't be taking insurance, if you want to take cash, let's move on. Let's build that business and that practice the way that you want to live it and the way you want to take it from there, which is a
Yeah.
really cool aspect. And are you very much in the trenches with them the whole way through? Because naturally, bravery is an easy thing to talk about. It's not often the easiest thing to take those steps in yourself. So there must be a little bit of mindset shift that needs to be helped with as well as the actual physicality of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I talk a lot about the mirror in the morning. I mean, I was a cheerleader, so it's probably ingrained in me. My kids tell me I clap too loud at their things, but they'll remember that I was there. But like in the mirror in the morning, you have to be your own cheerleader. Nobody's going to come save you and nobody's going to do it for you. So some days I need coffee first, of course, but some days I'm able to say, I'm here on a mission. Let's go do this. And driving to work is an exciting thing because my adjustment is very good. People tell me they're significantly different instantly. Babies, pediatrics, you mentioned, babies sleep all night long that night. Babies will have an ear issue that drains that day. The fever will go away in 3 hours. Like my work is pretty dang good. And it makes me excited to hear those miracle stories because I know I'm in the right place and on purpose in that way. And so if you're not able to pump yourself up in the morning to be on purpose, you will not enjoy your days or your life as much as you could.
It's very true. No, it is very true. And if you can do that without coffee as well, then you're on a godsend. You're on that path already. Well,
Yes.
I do want to get into the nuts and bolts a little bit of business because obviously it's a very noisy space at the moment, especially when you're trying to advertise yourself and just attract those right kind of people. So, like, what are you doing at the moment, Kim, in finding those right people to work with? Like, what is working well for you in terms of channels or methods and just acquiring those right kind of customers?
Yeah, a lot of it is walking the walk and talking the talk, and it sounds cliche, but it's true. My favorite patient is someone who already knows I'm awesome, who another patient has said, Dr. Kim did this. And then they know when they walk in and they expect greatness because they deserve greatness and we provide greatness. I have an office manager. We at one time had 4 massage therapists. Now we just have one. I have a chiropractic assistant who wants to be a chiropractor. I started a second office in a town 40 minutes away from me, cash practice. And I interviewed some chiropractors, and that's probably my biggest hiccup in business is finding more chiropractors. I'm in a town of 25,000. It's not big,
Yeah.
and the location is part of it. There is a new chiropractic school, and I'm a big fan in Omaha, Nebraska, and their first graduating class is in like a year and a half. So in a year, I can get an intern, in a year and a half, get an associate. But in order to have multiple locations, I need more people named chiropractors, and I can't do it all myself. So that's the biggest hiccup. But our mission statement is elegant natural health care. So acupuncture's been in here, mental health's been in here, a natural esthetician's been in here. I have a lot of rooms for rent, which helps me pay the rent, which is a good business move too, I learned. But as long as it's natural and elegant and professional, it jives. So the target audience and the mission statement are probably the biggest things you can have when you start and just stay on that same path.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Making sure everything's in line moving forward. I like the fact that you have like a holistic approach to health as well. It's not just chiropractors, so you can bring other experts in and just really make use of that room that you've got going
Yeah.
on. How do you go about like marketing yourself? So like in terms of just like acquiring new customers, like what are you finding most effective in doing so at the moment?
Yeah, I don't really try too much anymore, to be honest. In the beginning, I tried a lot. I would go to a lot of the chamber events. The Chamber of Commerce is big here. I have a billboard. Social media, I do it all myself. I've never paid social media a penny. Mark Zuckerberg has enough, in my opinion, you know. So I do it all organically and authentically, and it's really worked. I used to run a women's group. I used to do mom groups. I used to do breastfeeding classes. I used to do oils
Right.
classes. I used to have a spring into health event and have other people come also, a fall into health event. I would speak at the breastfeeding group, any opportunity I could in my community. Now I have the billboard because it's fun, and I do social media because it works and it's fun. But really, it's word of mouth that gets me the biggest. Like the chamber asked me to speak at their banquet in April, and of course, I don't say no. It's another opportunity to change the world, of course. But I hadn't been to a chamber thing in a while. So it's like, oh, this is weird. I forgot what it's like to have to try. But you know, you look at Rotary clubs, you look at Optimist clubs, you look at Chamber of Commerce. I simply Googled every possible opportunity in the cities I was in, did all of them, found some I resonate with, stick with them until I'm busy enough that I don't really have to try too much anymore.
And we're at that point now, which is pretty cool. So all that work paid off. But as you say, just being very intentional with like where you're putting your time, where you're putting yourself in those right rooms with those right people. And then naturally social media is a beautiful platform to take advantage of as well. Have you ever on any form of ads or has it just been very organic the whole way through?
Never an ad.
Never an ad. Standing firm on that.
Never.
And then obviously when it comes to the program as well, do you run that alongside with the practice? Do you kind of use the clients you have from there and really help that take off and get noticed as well?
Yeah, I have a different Instagram and a different Facebook page for it, obviously, but I've spoken on enough chiropractic stages to be known, I guess, which is kind of cool. And really, when I started the event, seriously called my friends on the phone, and some of them were unavailable, of course, but everybody that said yes right away. And they also bought a vendor table, which gives me a good cushion to run an event, and it was easy. And they're all like, "Kim, why are you doing this?" And I said,
Mm.
well, chiropractors need to be more brave. Well, if that's what it is, I'm in. And it was easy. And the fact that it was so easy is like, what am I missing, kind of, you know? But I think by having 16 years as a chiropractor, being myself, somebody once told me when I walk in the room, people look, and I guess that's a good thing, you know? But when you are who you are, like even in practice, when I go eat at a restaurant, because I'd rather go eat at a restaurant than cook sometimes, people notice you. And you don't have to talk about chiropractic, but the wait staff, the owners, the other customers will see you. And then the phone will ring and you'll be like, oh, I saw you at that restaurant this weekend. You know, by just being who you are and being involved in things, the network grows. And then, yeah, I do tap into pretty much the same network of chiropractors. So online, it's mostly people local and chiropractors that follow me. And so I throw it
Yeah.
all out there. Yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. And just to go back to that restaurant story a little bit, I've actually been on the other side of that, so I know exactly what you mean. I've been that waiter that's gone around going, oh, that's the chiropractor lady over there. Oh, that's the that's the gym coach over there. You know, and it does naturally just kind of spread around when people know you so well within that environment and in that community. So as you say,
Yeah.
just be yourself. Grab that attention wherever you can, you know, don't be scared of it. It's a beautiful.
Yeah.
And I suppose, what are your intentions like with the business moving forward? Like when you think of maybe the next 6, 12 months, what are your visions or the targets that you're working hard towards at the moment?
Yeah, expansion and abundance, and however it comes at me, of course. Ideally, I would like to find another chiropractor, but I realize I have to be patient in that. The second office literally took me a phone call to do, and then it just kind of happened. So in my head, I kind of know how to do it. I just need more chiropractors. The events in my light won't stay on here, Olivia.
You're good,
Or
take your
maybe
time.
it's dead. The event's in November, and so my marketing lady and I have a good plan for doing that over the summer. I like to be very involved in my kids' activities, and now that I'm a CEO of my own practice, I can rip out a page in my book, which makes me feel like a rebel. But I do that to go to a lot of their things, and so until November, I'm planning the event, and in the practice, I just focus on one patient at a time, the patient in my room, and they get better and tell everybody.
Love it. So just keep on that same path you're on. As you say, grow and expand
Yes.
when you can, finding right chiropractors to bring onto the practice. And then would you, one, obviously when the event comes around, would you ever consider doing another one and kind of keep that side of it growing as well? Is that an
Oh,
interest?
absolutely. The first place I looked at is in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, which is fantastic. I mean, it's
Love
not
it.
Spain by any means, but it's Fort
It's further,
Lauderdale.
it's not, yeah. When you think of Nebraska, it's a little bit closer, so it
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah. I was like, nobody wants to come to Nebraska. Where do I want to go? I want to go to the dang beach. So that's what we did. But yeah,
Love
the
it.
first place I called has a ballroom for 600. And I was like, well, that might be shooting a little high. And so the second place I had has a ballroom for 225. And so I've booked half of it, which is great. And I'm hoping that we have overflow and I have to book the whole thing. So then the goal would be for next year to have to book the 600 room. So that's my goal.
Love it. There you go. We're
Yeah.
taking those steps, dreaming big. I know you kind of mentioned that, but where are you finding probably the biggest challenge for yourself in the moment in like taking those next steps or even just within the business itself?
Yeah, if I don't block schedule like now I'm going to work on this and then now I'm going to work on this. I kind of just do it one moment at a time when I find inspiration. And I think that inspiration is sometimes difficult. Like I try to wear one hat at a time, given all the hats that I have, so that I don't feel overwhelmed. And I've learned like for the event, if it's 8 months until, I like to do the marketing. And then it's like, why am I telling them about it every day if it's 8 months away? You know what I mean? So besides getting another chiropractor in my physical office, I think I just need to be able to, I'd like to be more excited about it. And I'm one of the most energetic and excited people you can meet. But I try to not do my personal marketing for any of my businesses when I don't really feel up to it, you
Yeah.
know? And I've learned that the silly algorithms online appreciate when you take a break too. So it's working out for me. But, I throw it out there. And then when I get another wind of, oh, that'd be good, let's do that. I just have to
Yeah.
make sure I'm fully aligned with what I'm doing to make it impactful.
Yeah, I love that. And I take it, are you the kind of girl as well that obviously you said they need to get a little bit more excited, but that has to have all her job like good ducks in order and then the excitement can build because it's like, okay, it's 8 months away, but I know all my jobs are done. So like 7 months time, I can be very excited about this event coming up in 4 weeks.
Yes, I try to be more flexible, but yes, absolutely.
Love it. Yeah, I'm that kind of girl. That's why I said it. I'm
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
the same. I'm like, yeah, I can get excited when everything's done. Like when we're finished and we're good
Yes.
to go, then I'll be excited.
Because then you breathe slower. Yeah.
Exactly that, yeah.
Yeah.
And one last question for you, Dr. Kim, before we log out. So if you could go back in time to a younger self and you could only leave yourself with one piece of advice moving forward, something you know now, but that you didn't know back then, what would you say to yourself?
Yeah. Don't play small. Like you think you have big dreams. Like I wanted to adjust a lot of people and change the world in health, which is great. But the things I've already accomplished are giant. And sometimes I have these moments of, I've already done all that. Now what do I do? So I have to dream even bigger. And so it's a confidence thing and sometimes an experience thing too. But fresh out of school, if you don't think you can, you can't. And if you play small, you'll never know.
There we go. I love it. And Dr. Kim, thank you so much for joining me today and for sharing your incredible journey and insight with us. Where can our listeners reach out best to work with you or connect with you if they would like to do so?
Yeah, the bravepractice.com is that website. I'm on social media as Dr. Kim Thor. If you Google me, you'll find me.
Lovely stuff. Thebravepractice.com. If thank you again, Kim. I really appreciate your time today. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed today's episode, please be sure to go and drop Dr. Kim Thor a message. Thebravepractice.com. Check it out. I'm sure she would love to hear from everybody. And do not forget to subscribe to Founders Future via wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. And if you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with one of our team and discover how we went from $0 to $30 million per year in less than 3 years. But until then, keep on climbing and we'll see you on the next one.